Today's video is going to be very respectful to Sledgehammer Games, who is in charge of Call of Duty Vanguard, regarding some feedback that we have. And I gotta repeat this, but I gotta try to be respectful, because if it's not respectful, they're not gonna consider it, or... Okay, I'm gonna be respectful starting now. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the boy Fooly, and I'm bringing you guys another video right here on Black Ops Cold War. But today we're talking about Call of Duty Vanguard and some feedback that I have after the beta. And again, this is entirely directed to Sledgehammer Games. If they happen to see this video, great. If not, that's okay. People in the comments, let me know if you agree. Let me know if you would make any changes. But before we get into anything, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications if you'd like, and let's get right into it. Also, before I start this video, the reason I'm back on Black Ops Cold War is because I didn't really play any more of the beta after I uploaded my video. I heard it actually didn't get all that much better, considering there's armor plates, which we'll talk about later. And the other thing I wanted to say is, look, if anybody from Sledgehammer ever comes across this video, just know one thing: this is coming from the perspective of a consumer more than a peer. I'm not like Exclusive Ace or Prestigious Key or Drifter. No hate to those guys. I mean, I understand you gotta get the bag, you gotta get sponsored, but when you're in that position, your constructive criticism really needs to be very positive. So just keep that in mind. This is coming from a consumer of Call of Duty who's been playing Call of Duty since before you were a development studio. So I'm going to start right away with probably one of the biggest pieces of advice that a lot of people have been talking about, and it's that the minimap 100% needs to go back to a classic styled minimap that we've had pretty much in the entire COD series up until Modern Warfare 2019. Genuinely, I don't know many people who prefer the Modern Warfare 2019 minimap over the classic minimap, but it's something that's definitely going to boost the pace of COD. And I understand that radar is a perk for whatever reason that's going to make your minimap work how it's supposed to work, but since radar is already a perk, I can offer you guys a solution. Like, you can make it so that if you have the radar perk on and you start shooting at somebody, you can see their direction for a very short period of time. And genuinely, I think that's a very easy fix for the radar problem. The next thing I wanted to talk about is this whole debacle with the footstep audio and dead silence not being a perk. I genuinely think I can come up with a pretty unique fix for both of these issues, and one easy fix for this is to slightly increase the audio of footsteps and then make dead silence a perk. This is where the unique fix comes in. There's another problem that this game has that I'm only going to talk about a little bit, and that's the fact that we get 10 attachments on our weapons, which is kind of overkill. I think a very unique fix for this, and this has been talked about a little bit, the more attachments that you get on your weapon, the louder your footstep audio should become, at least a little bit. That way there's an actual use for dead silence being a perk, and your footstep audio is just slightly increased regardless. Then for this next one, look, I don't want to roast. I really don't want to roast. I'm so confused how this came to be. Armor plates should not exist in multiplayer. They shouldn't be a kill streak, they shouldn't be a score streak, and they absolutely shouldn't be a field upgrade. Look, I gotta be respectful. I'm not gonna roast them. And actually, as a matter of fact, if they are gonna be a field upgrade, which is already bad, their recharge times should absolutely not be fast whatsoever. Now, I didn't play the beta this far in where they added armor plates, but I heard nothing but negative things about it. But one very easy fix for this would obviously just be remove armor plates in general, which I don't think they're gonna do. But okay, we're gonna go with the fact that this is gonna stay a field upgrade. We're gonna go with it. And one mistake that I see a lot of YouTubers making is when they're talking about armor plates as a field upgrade, they complain how it's fast, and then they immediately say all this needs to be is just slightly slower to slow speed. And that's not the answer, because if you tell them the recharge speed has to be medium to slow, developers are just gonna make that a medium speed, just slightly slower than fast, which is not the answer at all. I'm gonna go as far as to say the recharge speed shouldn't be medium, it shouldn't even be slow. They should create their own category for just the armor plates as field upgrades. Highlight it purple if you want. Make it very slow. Make it to the point where you're only getting armor plates once, maybe twice an entire game. Like, apparently people were getting them multiple times in a single life, which is absolutely not what should be happening in any COD multiplayer ever. So yeah, armor plates, that's a fat pass for me. The next thing I think needs to change in this game for it to be good is the whole score streak versus kill streak thing. I think it's pretty common knowledge at this point that kill streaks, while they're very nostalgic and we all love kill streaks from the previous CODs, it just doesn't promote objective play whatsoever anymore. And because it doesn't promote objective play whatsoever, people are heavily camping for their streaks, and that inevitably slows down the game a lot. I'm not sure if this one's gonna change. It looks like it's here to stay, but I would really hope that it does change. I think this next one's also a little bit of a controversial one. I think the maps need to become smaller, and I don't don't mean make a strike version of the map like we had here in Black Ops Cold War. Parts of the map needs to be cut out. Certain safe spaces, certain angles need to be blocked off. For example, the big red star, whatever that thing is called, that map could arguably be split into 2 different maps, minus some of the safe spaces in the windows, and if the visibility was any better, the spawn delay needs to be non-existent. There shouldn't be a spawn delay ever. I don't care if it's 2 seconds, I don't care if it's 1 second. Somebody on Twitter complained about spawn delay being a couple seconds, and somebody responded to them saying, it's only 1 second, stop bitching. To that person, I responded with, could you explain to me why there should be a spawn delay at all? Like, what does that add to the game? All that does is slow the game down. Sledgehammer, I would highly appreciate it if that were removed from the game, and I'm sure a lot of fans would be grateful for that too. Now for this next one, this one's a little problematic. It's the suppression system in the game. Now if you don't know what that is, essentially all it is if you start shooting at somebody head on, even if your bullets aren't landing, if they're just slightly close to them, but especially if they are hitting, then your character becomes very slow on the map. Their jump is incredibly reduced. I think you even stop reloading, but essentially your character just gets stuck in the mud and they can hardly move. And honestly, all that does is make gunfights incredibly easy for people with a very low skill. But if a player is gonna miss their bullets, or they're only gonna hit their first shot and then proceed to miss the rest of their bullets, why am I being punished for being on the receiving end of that? Essentially, all you're doing is preventing me from getting away from the gunfight where the opposite player sucks at shooting. And honestly, wouldn't it help bad players to not have this system in place? Like, wouldn't bad players want to learn how to bob and weave and finesse out of gunfights when they're not the first person shooting? I just feel like that's very counterproductive to helping new players. Now, this next one, I think some people are gonna get a little upset with. And again, I need to be very respectful, I understand. So here's my warning. If you are a Joe C. COD, actually, let me restate this. If you have very passionate, affectionate feelings for Joseph C. COD, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say. But Sledgehammer, please nerf mounting. We already see that it's a very big problem in the beta, and it's only gonna get worse. Now, obviously, I have a very easy solution for this. That would just be remove mounting entirely, but because this is one of the most exquisite, interesting, advanced playstyles that Sledgehammer's promoting, I guess I kind of have to live with it. So one easy fix for this is to literally just nerf mounting. You can easily adjust the recoil for mounting because right now you get no recoil for mounting. On top of this, I think you can very easily increase the amount of time it takes for you to get into a mounting position and to get off of the mounting position. This is inevitably going to increase the pace of the game, and I think that's very good for this game. You also shouldn't be able to strafe while mounted, but that's just my opinion. Please don't get mad. That's pretty much all I have for Sledgehammer games. Now, I have a few outliers, a few honorable mentions that if you think these are offensive, I think that might just be you. First of all, SBMM shouldn't be as strong as it is right now. Again, if you like SBMM, cock and ball torture straight to the gulag. And the next thing, for the love of God, make the game playable for people on old gen. It's pretty common sense that majority of console users are on old gen. There's not many PS5s or Xbox One Series X going around, so why on earth are you making it so that it's so much more optimized on next gen when not many people have next gen? Like, that number for people on next gen is very low compared to people on old gen. Why is old gen look like Nintendo DS graphics? Alright, that's as disrespectful as I'm gonna get. Sledgehammer Games, you have a lot of working to do before your game could be considered polished and done. Please make the proper changes. Your game has potential. Please don't go down the same route as the last 2 titles. Please. So that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think of all the feedback I have for Sledgehammer. Am I missing anything? Do you think there's something that I said that was wrong? Let me know down in the comments below. But as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell notifications if you'd like. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodaloo. This ain't in my body.